the homes of my parents' friends. Oh, we got hello. Hi. Are you Kelly?
Hi. Yes.
Welcome, Kelly.
I'm on my girlfriend's computer. Hold on, let me rename myself.
Okay. Oh, I'm so
Hello. Can you
excited.
hear me?
Yes, welcome. So you're here to talk about makeup. Ooh. Oh my god, Maddie. Sorry. We just had a crash. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Hi, Maddie. Yes. Tonight's been so awesome, by the way. I've been watching Crazy Frog presentation on point. I'm not here with a PowerPoint, but I did do my makeup. That was my homework for today. Love the chess game. Yeah, so makeup, there's a lot. There's brushes, there's liquids. There is honestly so much to it. I obviously really enjoy doing it. I have forever. And it's like makeup's never like just throw it on and like get out the door or whatever. Like the day to day for me, it's like I want to look like a Valentine's Day clown, like that's like the kind of makeup that I like. So it's really just about like bright colors, having fun, smashing it on the face and not like worrying that much about it. Just like having fun,
Yeah.
honestly.
So when did you first start doing makeup?
Oh, that's a good. Well, I would say well, actually, like my first time doing makeup was like actually not of my own accord. Like my mother put me in makeup, and I think that being reared like as a woman in society, I identify as like non-binary. Um, it was just fun for her to like kind of like share this like maternal experience. My grandmother was like a beauty school dropout, but she was like the one that did everyone's hair, loved to like dress people up like theatrically or otherwise. It was just fun for her. So I kind of was just like, okay, whatever. Like, I'll put on a little blush for you. But for myself, really, it was like in middle school and kind of just wanting to be like the extra theater kid that I knew I was deep down, you know? I was like, okay, let me just like have on like blue eyeshadow in biology right now in 6th grade. Why not? And then it all was just now we're here, you know? Now we're here.
Tell us about this look.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay, so I'm gonna have to grab something as well because I have a shout out for Grace Ramsey. Grace, who was on the show, talked about Final Fantasy. Got me some boots that go with this outfit. Yeah, I think this is Valentine's Day cow. I have. Let me grab the boots really
Okay.
quick. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Shout out to Grace Ramsey. Whoa! What
Shout
the
out to
fuck?
Shout out to Grace Ramsey. I know. And she was like, you have to wear it with this dress. So shout out.
Wow!
I know.
Beautiful.
I know. I love them. This is like, this is what I would never buy this for myself. So, like, I'm the kind of person where I had this like saved and in a cart for a very long time, but just never bought it. And we're both Capricorns. So we both had birthdays recently. And she got me those boots, which is so awesome. But yeah, like this is definitely like a typical, like a cut crease, as some like to say. I do love a cut crease. Actually, wait, Liz, do you have like a relationship with makeup or like a love of, or what's the status on you in makeup?
Yeah, so I've worn makeup since like middle school as well. I was seen slash emo slash goth,
Yeah.
whatever, whatever I thought I was. So I for a very long time it was like every day black just out to here on my eyes, like as much
Yes.
as I didn't really um yeah, and then I in college I sort of went through. I wear makeup incredibly frequently. I think it's really fun. I'm not the best at it, but I do love makeup YouTube, and I do have a tattoo of a makeup YouTuber. So
I would absolutely love to talk about, would you mind expanding upon that? Because I'd love to talk about beauty YouTube.
Yeah, so my beauty YouTuber tattoo is of Drac Makins, who is a goth.
Yes.
But I had like there was like she will forever be like an incredibly important person in my heart. I like wrote a film inspired by her. But um yeah, so makeup YouTube is fascinating. So tell me about makeup YouTube. Teach me about makeup YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. So the reason that I got a YouTube account in middle school was because I wanted to watch makeup tutorials. I was really into Nikki tutorials, actually, who like we could also talk about because she had like a very like unfortunate coming out event where somebody outed her, which is like so horrible. Love you, Nikki. Because she and I like grew up together. It was really weird. I just like loved like her spirit. We were the same age, you know. So definitely like still watch her, even though she's kind of more like on the like tea kind of side of YouTube now. I don't know. I don't watch like a lot of her videos as much, but I watched Michelle Phan when I was younger, and I watched her like product reviews, and I loved it. Even though like I was wearing like dollar store makeup, like or leftover Avon. My mom sold Avon, which like what a like throwback. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? People going door to door selling Avon. Now it's just like indie brands, and then you have like Maybelline at the drugstore or whatever. But I loved that. Yeah, she sold Avon, so I'd have just like 10-year-old Avon cream, like putting that on my face. I probably smelled horrible. I probably smelled like mothballs, but you know, whatever. But those were like the people that like brought me there. And like now I actually like watching this like spin over, which is like makeup plus like another activity. Like one is like ghost stories, this guy named Robert. And I love the ghost stories. You should, if you have like an interest in ghosts, that's a good one because it's user submitted, much like, you know, learning with Liz. So
I love that. Have you watched Fundy Fridays?
no, no.
Okay, Fundy Fridays is a makeup and a fundamentalist Christian like discussion show where she talks about like she did one on Girl Defined, she does one on like all the like quiverful people like the Duggars. Incredible
Oh,
research.
yes.
Yeah, so check her out for sure. I can't remember her name, but if you search Fundy Fridays, yeah.
Oh, God bless. I would love that. Yeah, wasn't it Abby Shapiro that made the YouTube video that's makeup in a God honoring way or whatever? Yeah, I love that, which is it has really inspired me, you know, to this day, honestly, to wear makeup in a God honoring way.
What are your favorite, not to get, commercial, but what are cuz it's like it's not like makeup. I feel like as a product, it's very separate from like the way that like makeup lovers interact with it.
Yes.
Like so what would you say are like the top 10 things, top 10 makeup products in the world that like have just inspired you and you can't live without, you can't believe that you exist on the same plane as them.
Yes. Okay. So for me, mascara is coveted and like extremely important. I am wearing fake lashes now, but I'm blessed with some lash, as we all are, and I love to show them off. So, Milk Makeup, which is at like Sephora, you can find it, has the best freaking mascara. And the thing is that like, have you ever had that experience where you're wearing mascara and it starts to flake into your eyes throughout the day? That is betrayal. Like that is like that's treacherous for me, and I will not stand that. I will also not stand waterproof mascara. Now, people in the chat, I'm watching the chat, please let me know. But like, I have never had a purpose where I needed to just like struggle at the end of the day taking mascara off, and milk, it comes off, the Milk mascara.
Yeah.
Also, again, so I did theater for a little while, so that's also like another like way that like makeup has been in my life. And Krylon, I used to be able to be around Krylon paint sticks. Have you ever experienced those?
I've witnessed people on YouTube use them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think like that's like a drag staple. I think is like a Krylon paint stick. Yeah, and I miss those. I loved it. I love just having like a completely new skin overall. So those are wonderful. I'm really cheap actually. So like that's something I thought about when coming here is like I feel like people have very particular like makeup brands that they're very into, or you're just a general consumer and you're just like I'll just take like whatever's in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like I'm just going to take like whatever. If it was like a dollar store, if there's a CVS near me, that's just like what I'm getting. But ColourPop Cosmetics is one thing that I will buy from offline. I really like ColourPop's products and they have like these super shock shadows, which is like really hard to say, but they're so good and they're super pigmented and they could like blind you from across the room. And I love that.
Yeah. ColourPop has really like come into it, I feel.
Yes. Yes, most definitely. Yeah, and they are indestructible. I had this one palette that I've just abused and it's still like so nice. I have the James Charles palette and I feel so like I feel very like homosexual when people come over and I'm gonna do their makeup and I'm like, oh, here's the James Charles palette. I was like, oh, a rainbow palette, sure, whatever. But Morphe shadows are really not that great. I don't think they're that good. I think they're a little chalky walky. Like, let me look at my eyelash. But yeah, I don't know. Those are my tried and trues. I suppose I'm wearing NARS foundation and it's very expensive, but my girlfriend bought it for me. So that's also my advice is if you like makeup, get somebody close to you who will buy it for you.
That's great advice.
Yes. That's always worked for me. Or steal it. I used to steal NYX all the time before, like at Target now, like they put like a sensor on NYX makeup, which I think is ridiculous because it's like so like just like let people have it. Like Wet n Wild, that should be free. People should
Yeah.
not be charging for Wet n Wild. That should just be like a publicly owned good, you know, makeup
Yeah,
or makeup in general. Like
yeah.
nationalize it.
It's crazy. It's crazy the amount that gets thrown out, and it's like with Wet n Wild, like stuff that's that cheap. It's like I don't know. I feel like it just fucking comes from the ground. Like how hard is it?
No, yeah,
It's like it
seriously.
spontaneously spawns. All right, you have 1 minute left. Tell me your final thoughts.
Beautiful. Well, I love makeup. I think it can be incredibly fun. I think that people can sometimes be thrown into makeup for a particular purpose, you know, like, and be that like, oh, you have to like wear concealer at your office because your coworkers are bullshit and they'll comment on your appearance or some shit, you know? So it is something that like can be very fun, but also can be like hard in people's lives. But I say, fuck it, look like a clown and put on as much makeup as possible and don't care about if it's symmetrical, sisters, twins, whatever. You know, you should just have fucking fun. That's my opinion on it.
Amazing. Wholeheartedly agree. Thank you so much, Kelly, for coming on.
It's so nice to meet you. Have fun.
So nice to meet you too. Thank you. You can log out of Zoom whenever you want. Oh, thank
Sounds
you.
good. Bye,
You look
y'all.
amazing also.
Oh, you too. I love your hair. I absolutely love your hair. My girlfriend keeps talking about bleaching her hair, and looking at you, I'm like, let's go get a bleach kit.
Yeah, let's
It
do
looks
it.
good.
Bye.
Bye.
The bleach I use is the Good Dye Young bleach.